Here is the first episode of my video blog on the fashion prints. The first part I wanted to address was where did those engravings came from? And nowadays we do have Elle magazine, we have Vogue, we have Harper's Bazaar, Cosmopolitan, and they all feature photographs of the fashions. And at the time, the photography, if it existed, was actually a very beginning, and they were not printable on magazines. So they had to resort to engravings with copper plates. I'll show how they were making them later. But right now, I want to show you. Notice that folding line. And the first time I went to an antique dealer and I found some engravings I wanted to buy, and they were all folded in the middle, and I was like outraged. Who in the world would fold those things in half? And then I realized they came that way because they were mailed, and for it to fit in the satchel of the mailman, they had to be folded with the magazine. The ladies on this one, it's called the Salon de la Mode, Moniteur Illustré de la Famille, and it was published every Saturday, so it was once a week. A lady could actually get a subscription, and the first edition would come with 2,000 engraving in black and white, and all the patterns and the patterns and designs for embroidery, etc. Recipes and all sorts of things. But if the lady had more money, she would be able to get a subscription including 52 engravings in color on top of every pattern and everything. Those magazines would have those images. Then you would have, of course, embroidery patterns. Look at that. Isn't that pretty? And these, and it would tell you what color to use for what. And designs for babies. I think it was fashionable in France to call a baby instead of bébé in French, because this is an actual French magazine. It would come with also some recipes and all sorts of things. Pretty fun. Those recipes are pretty fattening, just looking at it. I don't think they would be able to fit in their corsets after eating all that. And my favorite is to take a look at the Recettes utiles, so useful tips by Bonne Maman. Nettoyage des dentelles. So how to clean lace. So at the end of the year, the ladies, because those magazines were expensive, they would actually have them binded in a big book to save them for future use. And this next one, I'm going to show you the spine. It is the Journal des Demoiselles, 1860. This one, the lady had subscribed to the magazine, which was monthly, with actual black and white engravings. And let me find one for you. Here we go. I wanted to see that one with a little headdress and sleeves and details. And they would come with the same recipes and everything the ladies would need to be entertained and entertain. Now the next one, another French one, is from 1855. It's called Le Moniteur des Demoiselles. And this one is bigger. And it came with absolutely wonderful colored engravings. And look at this. That's beautiful ball gown with the little girl. And all the details, the lace. If I come closer very carefully, I hope it's not making you dizzy. I want you to see the details on that lace. How detailed those engravings were. How delicate. Now I'd like to show you another one that's actually quite rare, because it's one of the only ones I have out of the 2000 that has a horse in it. The lady is actually riding a horse, and the dogs are more often on those, but horses not so much. Isn't that beautiful? The next one is, because these first three came from France with me, but this one I found here, and it's a Harper's magazine, and the date is here 1864, so June to November 1864. Same thing, the ladies in the United States did the same thing. They wanted to save those beautiful magazines, and this is the fashions for July 1864. Okay, that's a morning dress. I mean, they had dresses for all occasions. And this is actually a dance lesson. Isn't that fun? With the music underneath. So I will go back to this book at a later date because I found two articles on Arizona. It's called A Tour Through Arizona, and I will explore that and share that with you because I live here in Arizona, so I find it pretty fascinating to explore that, but we'll come back to this one at another date. The next episode will cover how those engravings were colored and made, and we'll go from there. I have a lot to show you. It'll be fun, and see you next time.